Real quick, I'm gonna shut my door. This sun is coming into
I can
this.
see it. I can see it.
I gotta shut the door, brother. Give me 1 second.
Dude's gonna get sunburnt. God, now that he's gone, this fucking guy. Am I right? What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Making shit up. All right, and he's back.
We're back. Hey, what do you say about me? It ain't true. It ain't true. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin, and this is my good buddy, JP. In today's episode, we will be going over every single fight and giving our predictions for UFC Fight Night, Cejudo versus Song in Seattle, Washington. But before we do, we just want to give a quick shout out to all of you guys as our current viewers, our subscribers, and even our non-subscribers. Thank you so much every single week for tuning in. If you aren't subscribed, which I know some of you aren't, make sure to smack that subscribe button. Tune into the channel every single week so you don't miss out on these great predictions. We're only getting better from here on out. JP, hit them with the question of the week.
Hey, question of the week. All right. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I don't know. I forget what it was. The kangaroo question. This week, all right. Would the average person, okay, could be one of us, could be you, anybody, the average person last 25 seconds in the cage with any fighter, just any fighter, okay, could be a woman, could be a man, who cares, any fighter that's blitzing you, coming straight after you, trying to take your head off, would you last for 25 seconds? Not very long. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask.
Depends on who you ask for sure. I'll be excited to see what you guys have to say. I'm sure a few of you out there might be a little conceited, might think you should be able to put up a fight against some of these guys. Honestly, if it's a Tafa brother, trust me, you're fine. You could last 5 rounds. You could last 3 rounds. And hell, you'd probably win the fight. That's my take on it. But without further ado, let's dive into this weekend's card. We got a banger of a card. Not going to lie. It's a fight night. We got a lot of good fighters, up-and-coming fighters, and some powers some fighters that hold a lot of KO power, which is always exciting. The glove change is in full effect, so we should be seeing more cuts, more blood, more gore, and more knockouts. Ultimately, more action, which I'm excited for. That takes us into the first fight of the night. Modestus Bukauskas taking on Rafael Cerqueira.
Before we keep going, before we forget, all right, last weekend was pretty good. RoboCop. God, RoboCop broke our hearts and broke our bets. Okay, we were sweeping everything, and then RoboCop gassed out after 1 round. Come on, dude, and screwed us, screwed the juicer, screwed the basic. We had it all in the bag, but we hit a lock, baby. It's all that matters. The Moroccan devil, all right, brought us back, brought us home. I mean, Brevin, I don't know about you. I think I can speak for both of us, saying I think it's going to be hard to bet against the law for us going forward.
Yes, it definitely will. He looked very sharp, looked very clean with his striking and very high IQ. People can talk all the crap they want about him running in the 3rd round. He's a smart fighter. He's getting back up in that division where he needs to be. I'm happy for him. And yeah, we hit a lock. It felt great.
100%. Hey, win's a win, okay? You can complain all you want. Win is a win. Anyways, getting into it. First fight of the night. Mr. Cerqueira. Okay, interesting. Last year, we broke down Cerqueira, his first UFC fight against a man who's also on this card, a massive fan favorite, Mr. Ibo Aslan. Was that the same card that Bukauskas fought on as well? I feel like it was.
Maybe so. Yeah, it might have been.
But yeah, Bukauskas we also broke down. This one I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I remember I picked Cerqueira, I believe, in that Ibo fight, just because I don't like Ibo's brawling style. He has power, but Cerqueira showed me that was a mistake. That was a bad pick, trash pick. He beats trash cans outside of the UFC. We even said that when we broke it down and then still picked him. Trash. Bukauskas got good leg kicks, got decent grappling. He's better. He's fought way better competition. His first stint in the UFC, fought nothing but killers. Got his knee blown apart by a sidekick to the knee by Khalil. And then came back. I mean, his fight with Prochnio was crazy. Prochnio threw a head kick that was like his back was on the cage and they were close as shit to each other. So that was nuts. But yeah, man. I think Bukauskas is better. I think Cerqueira fought trash. I think he is trash. I don't think he's good. So give me Bukauskas.
Yeah, bingo, bango. That made a lot of sense, JP. Last time we broke him down, Cerqueira, we thought he would look a lot different than what he actually looked like when he stepped inside that UFC octagon. And we talk about that time and time again. You can look one way outside of the UFC, but when you're inside of the UFC, these are the top level fighters. You have to really be very good at your craft to put up a good fight. And he just didn't. He came down from heavyweight, right, when he entered the UFC to now fight at light heavyweight, and he hasn't looked good. I'm also taking Modestas Bukauskas. If you're Rafael, you got to prove yourself to me. You have to do something inside that octagon that makes me think you have a shot. I think you're getting still pretty good odds on Bukauskas, given the fact that Cerqueira's done absolutely nothing. JP, I don't even think he's landed a punch inside of the UFC. Maybe technically on the scorecards, but not visually against Ebo. Didn't look good at all. I think he gets knocked out again.
Yeah, and he just like put his back on. Granted, you're getting hit with bombs. I get it, but you can't just shell up and put your back on the cage and just sit there. You got to move.
He does that. That's his style. He will just shell up. But when you're shelled up with these MMA gloves, it's not boxing. They can get through that guard.
Oh, yeah. The 4 ounces, like that don't matter if it hits your hand. That thing's still smacking you, bro. Yeah, I agree with you. If you're picking Cerqueira, you got to see him go out and get a finish to even contemplate the next time he fights. But yeah, we're both taking Bukauskas.
Yeah, he's got potential, but like I said, you got to show us first.
100%. 100%. And if he loses this one, I would not be shocked if the UFC is like, hey, later. Appreciate you. Later.
Or honestly, move back up to heavyweight. That's the division where maybe you could find success because there's really not great competition there.
Yeah, and then they cut Rosenstruik. Still mind blown about that, by the way. Still mind blown.
Agreed.
Next one. Fan favorite. Me and Brevin love him. Dude's nasty. We've only seen him fight once in the UFC, and he was nasty when he did. Nick Klien and Mr. Mansour Abdul Malik.
Yes, sir. Mansour Abdul. Very powerful striker, good wrestling, very athletic. I mean, similar to a lot of these guys that we've broken down in the past, where they have very good builds, but he's not at like middleweight. He's not at a lower weight division, or he is at middleweight, excuse me, but he's not at featherweight or lightweight, where if they're that built and they have that much muscle mass, they're going to gas themselves out. Now, granted, RoboCop's kind of in the same realm in middleweight and then gasses himself out. Bro. But I think Mansour is a much better athlete overall. He's not as juiced up as RoboCop, and I think you're going to see that on Saturday. He's going to be able to out-muscle Nick Klien, which Nick Klien's going to push forward, look to implement his wrestling, but I definitely don't think he has any advantages over Mansour, who probably has the better hands, holds the most power in those hands, and then probably has a more athletic wrestling, which in MMA, you don't have to be super technical. You just got to be really strong, and you can fare well on the wrestling side as well. So give me Mansour Abdul Malik to get it done over Nick Klien, who's making his UFC debut.
Yeah, dude. 100%. Nick, I don't remember if he was an underdog or not on the Contender Series, but he went out and got a quick rear naked. I don't like his stand-up. I don't think it's very good, but I think he uses it to close the distance and then shoot. I think he's smart and understanding. Like, he knows where his path to victory is. But he keeps his hands really far out here, which is, like, fine if you're good with head movement and you're good at striking and you can kick. When you're a grappler, your hand's out here. I mean, you go to parry something. We saw it with Sean Strickland when he went to parry Pereira's hook. They'll come over the top of it if they're quick and good at striking. But, yeah. I mean, I feel like his path to victory with everything is grappling. Working people. Like dog walking him on the ground. Mansour's strong. Got a good takedown defense. Great grappling himself. I don't think it's going to be a problem for him. If he gets outclassed, okay, consider me shocked. I can't see that happening. He also has got way more power. Like you said, the dude is a freak of nature. Yeah, dude, I love Malik. I liked his post-fight interview way more than I like to fight. He seems smart. Seems like he understands the game. He's got high IQ. He didn't sound like he's arrogant. Who wants it? Come get it. I'm the baddest. He didn't say any of that shit. He spoke well. Spoke like he's there the entire fight. You know, it's kind of like I can relate it back to like when we play football. Growing up, the game's just really fast. You can't really see what's going on. You can't really understand it. As you play more, the game starts to slow down. You see things as they're happening. You can make connections, make reads, stuff like that. I feel like he has that. A great IQ, power, wrestling, all that. I think Klien's got one path to victory. I think Abdul's got multiple. So give me Malik.
Yeah, 100%. All right, moving up the card, we have Ricky Simone taking on Javid Basharat.
Ricky Simone. Last time we saw Ricky was against our boy Vinicius. When Vinicius almost broke his leg and was hopping around on one leg. And guess what Ricky didn't do? Beat up his other leg. You just let him sit there and hop like a pogo stick. Ricky's also on a 3-fight skid. And I think most people remember Ricky from the Merab fight.
Yeah.
How he put Merab unconscious, basically. But he wasn't because he was kicking his legs. That was wild to watch. But my thing with Javid, he lost to Ayman Zahabi. We picked that fight, I believe. And I believe we both picked Basharat. And that was probably the worst fight he's ever had in his life. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Simone's tough. He goes long a lot. He's hard to finish, but again, we sat up here for the first couple of shows and said, oh, this guy's tough, he can do it. But then we learned they're really just tough. Like this, when we say they're tough, it's just they're good at getting their ass beat and sticking around. That's about it. I think Javid is more technical. I think everywhere, every facet of the game, he's got more skills. It's just a matter of if he's confident and he can put it together, dude. I think 9 times out of 10, he beats Ricky Simone. I think we've seen what we're going to see out of Ricky. I can't imagine he's going to go on a tear and fight for a title. You know, I think Ricky's a possible gatekeeper type of guy. So give me Basharat to bounce back.
Yeah, well said. I mean, Ricky Simone's fought everybody in that division. He really has. I mean, he had some big names like Merab, like Rob Font, Song Yadong, who's fighting in the main event. Those are good fights, good experience. But at this point in Ricky's career, I just think, like JP said, he's a gatekeeper. He's an old timer. He's a vet inside of this division. And I just don't think that's a place you want to be for that long if you're going to find success. I mean, really, these guys, when they put them up against them, it's like, go prove yourself, Bosch, right? You just took an L, your first loss of your entire career. Go out there against Ricky and show us what you're really made of. I really think that's how they set it up. So for that, I'm also taking the Snow Leopard, Javid Basharat, to get back in the win column. I think it was a fluke. And honestly, Zahabi's not that bad. He's on a little win streak as well. It is what it is.
Snow Leopard, yeah. Badass nickname. Love it. We saw the Black Wolf last weekend. We shouldn't have fucking picked Ismail Bonfim. Pissing me off, man. Whatever. Snow Leopard for the win. Let's get it. Next one, Nursultan Ruziboev versus Eric McConico. And I might add, is Nursultan and the other guy that was supposed to fight Gordon last weekend, are they brothers?
Are they brothers?
The Ruziboev guy that was supposed to fight Gordon on short notice, and then he didn't even weigh in because of something or some shit.
I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know.
I feel like I heard that
It's a
somewhere.
great question.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, we'll have to pin it in the comments if we do find the answer to that question. But to break down this fight, two things stand out to me. One, Ruziboev is going to be much bigger than his opponent. He's 6'5". His opponent's going to come in at 6 feet even. That is a big height discrepancy. Now, one may say, hey, they have a very similar reach, but not with the legs, JP, not with the legs. Ruziboev will have quite the reach advantage there with his legs if he does kick. And that's the one thing that I did notice with Eric's tape is he's very heavy on the front foot, has a pretty wide stance, and he's just looking to throw his power left kick and then his power straight left. That right foot of Eric, that right leg of Eric's right there for the calf kick, for thigh kicks. And I think Ruziboev is going to find a lot of success if he does throw the leg kicks. I wasn't really impressed by watching McConico's tape. I really wasn't. Had some decent striking, looks to push forward, get in a clinch situation, get a takedown. But to me, his wrestling really wasn't all that impressive. And in Ruziboev's last fight against Joaquin Buckley, that's a whole different beast. That's a completely different animal in Buckley. I don't think this one fares well for Eric McConico. Luck, buddy. Have fun. Enjoy your time in the UFC. I don't think it lasts long, especially against a guy as skilled as Nursultan. Plus, Nursultan carries a lot of power. So, for my prop pick, also look out for the Nursultan KO. I think he gets it done by knocking out Eric McConico.
Interesting. Yeah, Ruziboev, big motherfucker for this weight class. So McConico, he fights out of the MMA lab. All right, Arizona guy. You guys know how much I like that gym. All right, our boy Delgado came out, did exactly what we said he was gonna do last weekend. I like that gym, man, and I think McConico. I think he's got potential. He's got a game that he can mold around. He's got grappling. His striking's not the best, but he's got straight punches. He's got that kick, like you're saying, and then he'll grapple well. He knows how to take the back, unlike Estevam last weekend, who can't put his fucking hooks in when he's trying to take the back. Blows my mind. So he has potential, and he has a shape of a game that I personally like the look of when it comes to just all around MMA. The fact that you brought up the leg kick thing, that is one thing, and I know you can tell the people this, Brevin. I cannot fucking stand it when somebody does not address leg kicks. It blows my mind. That is the quickest way to negate your game plan and throw you into chaos, is not checking, not getting out of the way, nothing, and just letting the leg kicks land. You're compromised. After 3 or 4 good ones, you can't move. You can't plant to shoot. You can't level change as well. I mean, God forbid you get drop foot. We saw it with Sean O'Malley. We see it with Jimmy Crute every time he fights. He gets drop foot in that lead leg because he's not checking them or getting out of the way. Ruziboev, 6'5", like you said. I don't like how he overextends. Sometimes when he throws his punches, he'll overextend a lot. Just stick it out there. Just touch him a little bit, and then you can load up when you've tap, and you hit him a couple times. We did see Buckley have success wrestling him and taking him down. Buckley's a monster, and he's on, what'd you say, like a 7-fight win streak or something. Buckley's disgusting. McConico's nowhere near the level of Buckley. But I do think if he wins, that's if he can level change and get Ruziboev on the ground, get him tired and take him long. But I think Ruziboev's got the better striking. We'll see how the height differential comes into play. I just think Nursultan's got to put it all together, man. You got to put it all together. Stay at range. Calf kick this guy. Use your experience. I can't see McConico showing him anything he hasn't seen yet, especially after fighting Buckley. I feel like that was kind of an eye-opener for him. So I'll back you. I'll go Ruziboev, but I do think McConico or whatever, I don't even know if I'm saying his last name right. I think Costco's got something, okay? I think he can build around it. I think he's got potential, but this is a big step up for him. So give me Ruziboev.
Sure, man. Yeah. I hear you, dude. I mean, you're right, though. On the last part, this is a huge step up for him to go from not fighting inside the UFC to fighting Nursultan Ruziboev, who has a lot of experience inside the UFC, including a fight over Joaquin Buckley, who just beat Colby Covington, former champion of this division. I just don't see a world where this guy comes in and beats a guy as skilled as Nursultan. Hell, For a couple $100 a month, JP, I can go down to the MMA lab and train, brother. But you're not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, Brevin's my boy because he trains at the MMA lab. I really like the plan that they have in place for this fat boy, okay? I'm just saying, Nursleton's going to get it done, and I don't even think it's close.
Yeah. I mean, he could. I mean, God forbid he overextends himself, and he should win. He should win. I'll say that. He should win. But come on. Hey, MMA lab, couple $100. They won't be calling you fat boy no more.
I'm gonna be down a fucking lightweight here soon, man.
Hey, that AI was out of pocket.
Why was he saying that to me? So disrespectful. All right, moving up the card. Speaking of overextending, Ian Cutelaba taking on Ibo Aslan.
Ibo, if I touch somebody, he already died. Yeah, Ibo, Igor. Eon. I mean, shit. What's with the Eon, Ebo, the 3-letter first names? Look, man. Look, dude. You will never catch me betting on Eon Cutelaba. Okay, let's get that out of the way first. You will never catch me picking him. Never catch me betting on him. Ebo's not much better. Ebo is not much better for me. He's got hella power. Disgusting. Yes, he starts his people. He starts Cerqueira. I already told you guys, Cerqueira's ass. This is a brawler's delight. Okay, both of these guys kind of have the same style. I think Ebo's got more power. Cutelaba. I think there's a world where Cutelaba can change levels, can take Ebo down, can take Ebo long, and win the fight. Use his experience and win the fight. You know what the fucking problem is? Ion Cutelaba's got to be one of the dumbest sons of bitches to ever fight in the UFC. Okay? How do you get mad at the ref for stopping a fight because he thinks you're wobbled and you said, no, I was messing around? Why are you wobbling?
I mean,
messing around.
That's debatable, JP. That's debatable, man. That's the old trick in the book. I'm going to act like I'm out of it. And when you rush in, I'm throwing that big overhand right. I can't blame the guy for trying to trip the opponent.
I can. He's a dumbass. Fuck him, okay? Shell up on the cage or something and play possum. He sat there and he did it for too long. And he was just throwing the right hand. Same strike. He's got no fight IQ. You will never catch me picking Cutelaba. But also, it's not a walk in the park, okay? It's not for Ebo. He's got to not overextend himself, not throw wild shots, move his head, because he won't move his head, and he'll load up, probably because he feels like I'm going to get to you first. If I clip you, you go to bed, which you do. Give me Aslan. Give me Ebo. He already died. But I'm not betting the fight. I'm not. Give me Ebo.
You might, brother. I think there's one of two things that happen. Sure. Yeah, I could see a world. A world. It's very small and no one's heard of this world. That Cutelaba is somehow able to get Ebo on the ground and control him. And then Cutelaba probably wins by decision. But the likelihood of that happening is 0 to none. All right, Ebo's going to go out there, exchange with Cutelaba, who, mind you, always is down to get in exchanges. Yeah. I mean, this guy's fight IQ, like JP alluded to, is 0. Absolutely 0. I mean, it's like CJ Stroud, taking the test they take before the draft. Scored the lowest out of all quarterbacks. All right, this is Ian Cutelaba.
CJ's catching strays, dude.
Ian Cutelaba, I'm sorry, but you lost to Johnny Walker, pal. You lost to Johnny Walker. That's how I know you're dumb. All right?
Didn't he choke him out, too?
Yeah, Johnny Walker choked him out. Give me a break. All right, I'm also taking Ebo Aslan. JP, hit it for me one time. What does he say, brother?
Died.
He already died. Give me Ebo Aslan and give me Ebo Aslan by KO. I don't think it even makes it out of the first round, JP.
I would love to see it. And I agree with you. Eon's always down to schlang and bang, But yeah, the Polish power. Yeah, we'll see, dude. I don't. This one's. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, why'd you stop the fight? You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. Come on. Anyways, next one. Poop ball of the night, unless they knock each other out. Double knockout? I'd love to see it. Double knockout?
Those would be the two individuals that actually would have that come to fruition.
Both of them get wobbled. Next one, Mr. Touchy Fili, Andre Fili versus Melquizal Costa. Did I say that right?
There you go. Melquizal. Yeah, baby. I'm excited for this fight. I really am. I've always liked Melquizal. I really have. He hasn't had the best fights as of late, but I think he carries a lot of skills. He does. He just has to put it together. I mean, I'm not going to fault him for losing to my boy Steve Garcia, a show favorite, one that carries a ton of power. Okay, he got knocked down and took some ground and pound, nasty ground and
That's an
pound in
understatement.
round 2
That is an
to take a
understatement.
loss. Listen, but he's got skills. He's got a lot of skills, and he looks cool. I know he's got that, skin condition. I don't even know what it's called,
I
but
forget.
he looks cool. He looks really cool when he goes out there and beats people's asses, and I think that's what he does on Saturday. Andre Fili, on the other hand, hasn't done a lot of impressive things lately, if you ask me. He's 12-10 inside of the UFC. I mean, we want to talk about gatekeepers, but what is Fili even gatekeeping at this point? I mean, you almost go out there and lose to a 41-year-old Cub Swanson. Excuse me. That's a bad performance. So I don't think he's going to have anything to offer Costa. Sure, he's got a decent jab, got decent hands, but he eats punches. He doesn't start doing well after he starts eating punches. And I think that's what happens on Saturday. Hey, Costa's also got a nice kicking game in his bag as well. Look for that on Saturday. Look for him to get a little crafty on the feet. And if it does go to the ground, I prefer Costa's ground game over Fili's all day, any day. So for that, I'm taking Melquizal Costa to get it done.
Interesting, dude. I don't know. This one was tough for me. And I agree with the odds makers too. It's been really close the whole time. I mean, both have been favorites at one point or another, but it hasn't even jumped to 2-1. It's been sticking around to pick 'em this whole time. Yeah, Costa's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got a good jits game. His striking's okay. It's not bad. It's not the worst I've seen, you know. I think that's where Fili's gonna thrive in this one is the striking. But Costa's not afraid to kind of go through the fire a little bit and get hit to get to you and then climb you like a tree, essentially, and take your back. Garcia fought it off well, and to say ground and pound is a fucking understatement. Oh my god, Garcia beat the shit out of Costa once he dropped him. I think I'm a little bit higher on Fili than you are. I remember when he fought Nathaniel Wood, I picked Nathaniel Wood clear as day and thought he was going to beat the shit out of him. And Fili fought pretty well. He dropped Nathaniel Wood a couple times. Some would say maybe he got robbed. But I think
it was damn near 2 years ago, brother.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember I was outside sawing my tree. You know, I was trimming my tree, watching the fights on my phone. There's a big lightning strike, and I was like, I don't think I should be under this tree sawing it off right now. But yeah, it was a good fight, and Fili fought much better than I thought he would. I like Fili striking. He's a hard guy to put away. Another one of these tough guys. I know I say that, and I said that earlier. This is a tough one for me because it's either I contradict myself and go with Fili, or I bat Costa because of the jits game. Fili's part of the Team Alpha Male, and they're normally pretty good about teaching their guys how to grapple, how to be defensive, how to not get ragdolled, stuff like that. I don't think Costa will necessarily ragdoll him, but if he gets his back at all, Costa's always dangerous. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's close. Personally, I think Fili gets it on the scorecards. I don't know why. I just do. I'm contradicting myself. It is what it is, and I'm a dumbass again, and I'll hate myself for it afterwards. But I'll go Fili. I think he edges him out.
There you go. All right, moving up this card. Let's take a look at Alonzo Menifield taking on Julius, the Juice Box, Walker.
Juice Box.
The Juice Box.
Yeah, we sat here and talked about Cutelaba having no fight IQ. Yeah, I'd put Menifield maybe above him. Menifield is stupid. Menifield's dumb. Sorry if it's mean, but Menifield is dumb. Okay.
Hey man, you are me. We take a lot of backlash for some of the stuff you say on the show.
Hey, is what it is. Okay. I grew up a ginger. Okay. I had my fair share getting bullied, fam. All right. Nah, see, I can't.
I heard you don't have a soul.
Well, that's the popular rumor going around, And who's to say I don't? I might not have my soul. I mean, I didn't take it. Other people's.
Yikes.
I can't comment or speculate though. Allegedly, my lawyers finishing up tying up loose ends. So
I'm scared.
Man, you already did the bathtub ritual, so it's chalked for you at this point. Yeah, but Menifield, how do you fight a high level kickboxer who's very good and that's his only route to winning, and you sprint at him?
Kickbox him.
You sprint at him with your chin up in the air and you try to punch. You're an idiot, bro. You're a fucking idiot. Julius is gonna be bigger. He's got way better grappling. Way better grappling. He's gonna be in your face. From what I've seen, he does not gas out that bad. Menifield's stacked, and I think Menifield will gas out before he does. I think Alonzo's got one path to victory in this fight because of the grappling threat from Julius, and it's to knock him out. If he does, he does. I won't bet on Cutelaba. I won't pick Cutelaba. Same thing goes here for Menifield. Give me the juice box. Okay? I'll go to the fridge and grab myself a juice box. Dog money. Dog money on somebody who, again, he's never fought in the UFC, so that's fine. I get it. I'm taking a shot. That's fine. I'm not picking Menifield. Low IQ. I'm good. I am good. Give me the juice box. Dog money. First dog of the night for me. I think. Is it?
I think so.
Oh, no. Technically, Fili's a dog right now, I guess. So, second one, I guess.
Second one. Man, oh man. You make some good points, JP, and now you got me second guessing. All right, brother. Man, yeah, I will say Menifield didn't look good in the Oldberg fight. JP did mention that. He did run at him, got clipped very early and often, but he was doing us a favor. All right, JP and I picked Oldberg. We might have locked Oldberg.
I think we
probably
did.
had a couple $100 on Oldberg, and then he really helped us out by just sprinting at him.
I had the house on
On the
Oldberg.
chin. Yeah, the mortgage, everything was. Anyways, he's a good guy. He helps us out here on this channel. Then against Azamat, oh my God. All right, listen, first and foremost, to me, he looked good against Azamat, especially in the first round. Round two, not so much. Started getting clipped. Azamat has some power, and when Menifield starts getting clipped, he starts acting funny. Starts losing some of his awareness inside of that cage, which scares me.
He doesn't have much to begin with.
Oh man. He's got decent wrestling, dude, but he's small for the light heavyweight division. He's only 6 feet. He doesn't have great reach. He's going up against Julius Walker, who is a former basketball player, Springfield, Missouri. I'm a little biased. This is really tough, brother.
Juice
Hey,
box.
you know what? Screw it. Give me the juice. I'm picking the juice box to get his UFC win in his debut. I like the size, 6'4". I think he's going to be powerful. We haven't really seen a ton of that. He likes to wrestle and get guys to the ground, finish them via ground and pound. One thing I like looking at his Tapology page, his foundation style. I don't know if he types it in there or if someone else types it in there, but the foundation style says ninja shit. He does ninja shit. And if he can do ninja shit on Saturday, I think he gets a W in his UFC debut. So I'm also taking the juice box, mostly because of his nickname, but also because Menifield really just hasn't looked great in his last couple of fights.
I mean, come on, brother. Like the juice box as a nickname. Alonzo's most recent win is Jimmy Crute or Dustin Jacoby.
I know. Here's the one thing, and I always start making these other cases at the very end. I did the same thing with RoboCop, and it turned out to be true. Here's the thing to keep an eye out for, JP. Julius Walker, former collegiate basketball player, doesn't have a very long history inside of MMA. He's only 6-0. His level of competition's been nothing short of cans, can after can after can. I don't know what to make of it. 6 fights, 6 wins. That's wonderful. But some of these guys inside of this organization that he was fighting in, I've been looking at the tape. They have side jobs, brother. They do that on
Well,
the side. They have full-time jobs. Stepping in there with a guy that's 6'4", gonna take him to the ground. I'm not sure he can as easily do that to Menifield on Saturday.
I mean, I agree slightly. Like, I know Cerqueira 100% fuck cans. Nothing but fucking cans. I will say Walker's competition, I feel like, is much better. Like, there's another guy. What was his name? I'll look at it right now. His most recent win that he had, that guy was in the UFC. The Myron Dennis. He was terrible in the UFC, and he got cut, granted, sure, but he did get signed. And then, or no, it was Bevan Lewis, I believe. Brevin? No, Bevan.
Yeah.
The Niall
Lewis.
Bartling win when he won the title in the Synergy Fighting Championship. I would pick Niall to beat Alonzo too. Niall's got good grappling. They went at it. They had a high pace. I'm confident, man. I'm confident, and we're getting dog money. I like Julius. I like the juice box. Juice me up. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
You seen? Never mind. I ain't gonna make that joke. It's too far. Anyways, moving up. Another show favorite. Oh my god. And you guys know why too. Jean Silva. Jean versus Malik Baghdasaryan.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one. We've got the Lord versus the Gun. That's an interesting little matchup. Hey, we got Denim Jeans taking on Milsic Ballsack. Yeah, we'll see, man. Baghdasaryan, good kickboxer. That's what he's been doing his entire life. He's from Glendale. I don't give a shit. Arizona kind of sucks sometimes.
Isn't it Glendale, California?
One thing. No. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. He's from California. That makes it even worse.
Arizona
I thought he was
kinda
from Glendale, Arizona, brother. Sorry. My eyes have been deceiving me, clearly. Listen, he's done Muay Thai his entire life. He's good. He's good at Muay Thai. He's got good kicks. He can mix it up. He's a dangerous opponent. He really is a dangerous opponent. But one thing that I will tell you that I've really taken to heart, especially in 2025, and it came from JP. JP doesn't even listen to his own advice, but I started listening to it, and it paid dividends. He has a lot of canceled fights. Okay, he does. He hasn't fought since 2023. I don't love it. Really don't. I don't love when you're not active, when you're not in there. You know who has been active? You know who has been in there and working on his craft and showing us time and time again that he's the man. Denim boy, John Silva. So for that, I'm taking John Silva. I don't think it's pretty. He might have to work some wrestling in this one. He really might. I don't want him to stand outside and just kind of point fight with Melsik. All right, get in clinch, get in tight, throw some elbows, throw some hooks, and I think you're going to be just fine. Probably splits him open like he did with our boy Drew Dober. I don't even like Drew Dober. Ate him up, got the doctor stoppage. Yeah, so I think he does that again on Saturday. He's our guy. He's up there. We forgot to mention him with one of the show favorites. John Silva's one of those guys. Ever since he ruined the perfect card, we had to put respect on his name.
Yep. That's exactly what I was gonna say too. Just now is John Silva is not like Steve Garcia. John Silva is not like Poetan. He's not like any of these other show favorites that we make money on, like Zalal that comes through for us every time. John Silva is the man to screw us of our perfect card that we had. 12-1, UFC 303. We were going nuts, and he starched Charles Jourdain and ruined our perfect card. But we didn't get mad. Said, hey, this fucking kid's got something, okay? And from that point on, John Silva has been on the radar, been a favorite. Melsik, yeah, he's going to kickbox. Blah, blah, blah. Been striking his whole life. Blah, blah, blah. The point of the canceled fights. Yeah, I hate it. When I looked at Typology, that's the first thing I noticed. Not like that changed my mind or anything, because I already had my mind made up pretty much. John Silva. If he has to grapple, don't care. If he's just going to stand up and strike with him, I still think he's better. John's disgusting. He hits hard as shit. Phenomenal takedown defense. Great in the clinch. So accurate. Fighting nerds. Don't think we forgot about the hype of the fighting nerds. We fucking love the fighting nerds. Where are my glasses? Don't know, because I never wear them. Give me Jean freaking Silva, the Fighting Nerds. He's going to starch Baghdasaryan. I promise you he will starch Baghdasaryan. Give me Jean Silva.
It's the only gym, JP, that we should be putting respect on. Not MMA Lab. I don't want to hear nothing about the gym down the street. Those guys are a bunch of bums, all right? The Fighting Nerds are the real fucking deal. It's 2025. It is time for the Fighting Nerds to take over the UFC, and they have been. John Silva is at the top, all right? Maybe not the tippity top of that gym, but he's up there with some of the best out of that gym. I think he's an absolute animal.
And I'm also pretty sure Baghdasaryan's older, isn't he? Yeah, he's older than Jean Silva, and he has like 6 less fights in his career. Come on, bro. Jean Silva all the way.
Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Moving up the card, we have old man Rob Font taking on Gene Matsumoto. We go from Gene to Gene. Interesting little transition there. Skinny to boot cut, maybe.
What was that fucking noise?
What was that? Are you okay? JP's got Tourette's now. I don't really know what's going on. Hey, JP, take a stab at breaking down the fight instead of making weird noises, all right?
He already died. Sorry, I got hit in the head by Jean Silva.
Looks like you're the son of Sean Strickland. That's what it looks like.
You're not my dad.
This one's hard for me, dude. This one is pause. This one's tough. This one is tough.
This one makes me hard.
This one, Wang Gang stand up. What are we? I still haven't picked who I want for this one, bro. This one's tough. Gene's good. He's young, 16-0. We picked him over Katona the last time he fought. It was a close fight too. Katona made it a dog fight, cut Gene up, but Gene ended up winning. Rob Font. Rob Font's hairline is leaving. I mean, you can call him an ex-girlfriend because she's gone. But Rob's got a great jab. Rob's got great boxing. Great straight shots. He's tough, man. He's not easy to take down. You're not gonna ragdoll Rob Font, and he hits hard too. And Rob Font's he's fought the best of this division, really. Like he's lost to Figgy, Sandhagen, Marlo Vera, Jose Aldo. I mean, come on, man. The names like that. Kyler Phillips, he beat because Kyler Phillips wants to fight like a puss. Adrian Yanez. I mean, he's fraud checked some of these kids, but I guess in the sense if I take my own advice, Matsumoto's probably got more paths to victory. How old is Gene? Like 20-something? 25.
25.
Fuck. He is young, man. And this is short notice because did we mention at the beginning of this show about how many canceled fights there were from this fucking card?
No, but I got a good feeling most of our subscribers know that's the case.
Yeah, holy shit. 7 of them. Dominic Cruz retired because he was supposed to fight Rob. Blew out his shoulder again, and he was like, that's it for me.
Bumped his shoulder opening the fridge.
I mean, when you're reaching for the cheese, brother, anything can happen. I don't know, dude. I think this is a dogfight. I really do. I think if Brad Katona can cut you open and land on you, Rob Font can 1,000% land on you. But I don't know. I think it's close. I think it's real close. I think it's a dogfight. Gene's young, and we've seen this year has been the year of young prospects getting fraud checked. Will Rob Font do it again? Fuck, I don't know. I'll go Matsumoto. I'll stick with Matsumoto. I'll stick with my gut, but I don't know. I think it's close.
You're really going to take that long, take so much time just to go with Matsumoto? Say that from the beginning, brother. I don't know what you're debating in that head of yours over there.
Close.
I mean, Rob Font was scheduled to fight Dominic Cruz, the retirement fight. They're going to go in there and have a nice little sparring session and throw some jabs out there. That's what Rob Font does. I'm sorry, but Matsumoto is an absolute killer. He's 25 years old. He's going after the belt. Dominic Cruz has been there, done that. And that's what that fight would have been. It would have been boring as hell. Y'all would have said that's the poop of the night, been upset about it, and it would have been like, oh, well, Dominic Cruz, he retired and he's old and we didn't really expect all that much. Guess what? Matsumoto's going to bring the fucking fight to Rob Font, and it ain't just going to stay at boxing range, kicking range for Rob Font. He doesn't even kick. He boxes. Get the hell out of here. Gene Matsumoto, I think, is probably going to dog walk Rob Font. That's my take on it. I don't even think it's that close. JP, I think you're just making shit up. Rob Font's an old man, 37 years old. He fights guys, sure. He has big names on his record, sure. Those were many years ago, many fights ago. He hasn't looked good in this past couple. I don't care that he got to win over fake Jesus Kyle Phillips. Kyle Phillips fought like ass. But we got to start putting some respect on fucking Gene Matsumoto and my boy, what's his face? God damn it, I forgot his name. My little Irish fella. JP, help
Is he
me out
fighting
here.
on this card or?
No, he just fought Matsumoto. Brad
Katona.
Katona. Brad Katona. He's my boy, and I forgot his name. I'm sorry, Brad. I'm really sorry. You're like the small little built-up version of
Small
Conor
little
McGregor.
rat. Fuck Brad Katona. Come
Small
find me,
little
Brad.
Weasel. Small little weasel. I like Brad Katona, and it's about time that we start putting some respect on his name. He put up a good fight against Gene Matsumoto. Matsumoto's really tough. He showed you that, and he's going to get it done on Saturday.
That's a little weasel. Little rat hiding in the
Took way
bushes.
too long. He took way too long thinking about Mr. Font.
Hey,
Change the font.
making shit up. Well, social media comments will probably agree with you. I'm the king of the yap. All right. I got a bachelor's degree in yapology. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, Gene's got more ways to win, but if he does stay in boxing range, fights like shit, like Kyler did, I think we're in trouble.
Yeah, but Kyler doesn't carry the power that Matsumoto has.
Fair. That's fair. Gene does have more power, and he's got more ways to win. He can grapple him.
And Katona has a much better takedown defense, in my opinion, than Rob Font at this current point.
On his ass.
You're just biased.
Yep. Yes. Yes. I think it goes long. I think that's a lock in itself. I think it goes to decision.
Three rounds? I mean, yeah, probably goes 3 rounds, but
what?
Look for Matsumoto.
3 rounds ain't a lot anymore. Oh, excuse me.
No.
You got a lucky girlfriend, pal.
Not for a guy that's just been, fought everyone and fought that all the stuff you said about Rob Font. Lord have mercy. All right, moving up the card. Brendan Allen taking on Fluffy Boy Anthony Hernandez.
Fluffy boy. Fluffy. Give me Fluffy. Give me Fluffy Hernandez. What's Brendan Allen going to do? Get tired and shoot dog shit takedowns and get him fall over? Brendan Allen doesn't have the striking to put him out. Brendan Allen's got jiu-jitsu. Fluffy is in your face. The way to hurt him is to the body, and I don't think Brendan Allen has the tools to do it. I really don't. They fought once before. Fluffy won that one. I think he wins this one. He's a tough, in-your-face grappler. He will take you down. He will beat your ass. Ask Michelle Pajeda. He will beat your fucking ass, and he won't submit you. He will beat your head into the canvas. Fluffy is a tough offensive grappler. What is Allen going to do? On his back, throwing up submissions the whole time? I told you guys, every time they're on their back that much, I hate it. It works if you throw up 1 or 2 submissions. If that doesn't work, then you got to be out of there. Feet on the hips, shrimp, get to the fence, something. Got to get up. Can't be on your back the whole time. And I think Fluffy's striking's good enough. I think it's straight enough. And Allen's shown to gas out. He gasses out. He gassed out in the Chris Curtis fight. Granted, he won it, but look at the dog shit takedowns. He's falling over reaching for ankles. I hate that shit. Fluffy. Fluffy boy. Fluffy other way.
That's fine, brother. Have him. I ain't taking Fluffy. He's chopped liver to me, brother. He is. I'm taking Brendan Allen. I like Brendan Allen. All right. I think he's made a lot of improvements from their first fight. I think it's really unfair of you to even bring up their first fight in the first place. I really do. And let's not fail to mention the logistics of it. Their first fight, guess what? It's 5 rounds long. Guess what they're fighting in this one? 3. They're just fighting 3 rounds. I agree with all the points you made if this was a 5-round fight. That's where Anthony Hernandez shines. He's a lot like Marab. He's going to pressure you, look for his takedowns, look for ground and pound. He sometimes can be a slow starter. That's one knock on him. Some of his 3-round fights haven't really gone all that well. But when he fights in a 5-round fight, he's very dangerous. He has endless cardio. He's got good wrestling, good pressure. I just think that Brendan Allen has improved so much from that first fight. He's fought some of the top guys in this division. He was on a path to potentially fight for the belt. That kind of went away. Lost to Imavov in his last time out. Decent loss, but he has a lot of good wins. He got to win over Paul Craig, got to win over Chris Curtis. I think he's very skilled, and like I say all the time, it is hard to beat the same dude twice. Brendan Allen knows exactly what he needs to be prepared for going up against Fluffy Hernandez once more. I think he has the skills. It's a 3-round fight. Look for Brendan Allen to win 2 of those rounds. Fluffy to probably win round 3. It go to decision and go Brendan Allen's way. That's my take. I'm picking Brendan Allen.
I mean, yeah, I agree with the round point that you're bringing up. I think 3 rounds does favor Brendan more than it favors Fluffy. Because if
it's a 5-rounder, I take Fluffy. That's what I'm saying.
If it's a 5-rounder, I'm locking Fluffy. But if he comes out in the first round and he's slow, yeah.
Real quick, I'm gonna shut my door. This sun is coming into this.
See it. I can see it.
I gotta shut the door, brother. Give me 1 second.
Dude's gonna get sunburnt. God, now that he's gone, this fucking guy. Am I right? What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Making shit up. All right, and he's back.
We're back. Hey, what do you say about me? It ain't true. It ain't true.
I just didn't say nothing. I just said we're just having a great time doing the channel.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, good point. But we'll have to see if he comes out slow, gives up the first round, he's gonna have to be on his horse last 2, so it'll be interesting. The second fight between people is always very interesting.
100%. All right. That takes us to the main event of the evening. I'm excited for this one. I always like watching this dude fight. Am I talking about Henry? Am I talking about Song?
Suck your dong.
I'm talking about I'm talking about both. I like watching both guys fight. Henry Cejudo, Triple C, taking on Song Yadong, the Kung Fu Kid.
This one's tough. This one is tough for me for sure. Henry, an Olympic wrestler. We all know that. Triple C. Man, Song's a weird one, man. He's very strong, very explosive, very fast. He's got a lot of power. I think one of Henry's biggest strengths is his fight IQ. I think he's very smart. Got great grappling, good wrestling. This one's tough for me, man. This one sure is tough for me. Is Henry Cejudo gonna beat Song and then work his way up back to a title fight? I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm not gonna be long about it and break it down and talk all about this stuff. And we know who Henry is. If you guys don't know who either of these guys are, honestly, I'm kind of shocked if you don't, because these two have been fighting at a high level for a long time. I don't know. Henry doing his podcast. He's 40. He's gonna be a lot smaller in this one.
Hey, he's got a longer reach, brother.
He does. He's got long arms.
Grab that ankle.
Gonna grab something. Grab your dong.
The dong. I knew you were going there.
This one's tough for me because if the fight ends early and doesn't go all 5, I think it's Yadong. But if it goes all 5, sure. I think Henry's got a shot, because I think it comes into play of the experience and the wrestling. But I do think Song can catch him. I really do. I think Song can catch him and wobble him. I think we've seen Henry's best days. I have a hard time believing he's going to dog walk Song and go to a title fight and challenge for a title again. I really do. I think he's happy with where he's at. He's a coach. I wouldn't be shocked if he loses this one if he hangs him up. I don't know. It's 5 rounds, so if it goes long, I think Henry wins. But I'm gonna pick Song for pick's sake. But again, if we go past the third, and it's still a close fight, I'm gonna be worried because I think it's Henry at that point. But yeah, give me Song.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you, brother. The two things that come into play for me is like, where do we think both of these guys end up? At this point, I'm not sure if Henry has the capabilities to fight for the belt again. But the point of that is he's had the belt. He's been champion. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that Song Yadong doesn't even have what it takes to ever be champion inside this division. He's not a dominant wrestler. He's got okay striking, but he loses to guys like Corey Sandhagen who have better striking.
I think Sandhagen will
You know,
challenge for the belt though.
sure. But at the same time, he lost to fake Jesus Kyler Phillips way back in the day. He's kind of hit or miss. He's had a little bit of a hot streak, and this has got him in this position. But I just don't see skills outside of just KO power here and there that have come through. And Henry could do the same thing. Henry has power. He throws hard. He's got great fight IQ, and he's got Olympic level wrestling. And I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, for a guy that lost against Peter Yan to then have to come back and fight against Triple C, who's going to look to wrestle you, who just lost to Marab, it's not a bad loss, bro. It's not at all. And then his loss before that was Aljamain Sterling, and they were a split decision. Those are two great losses that I think both of those guys, Aljo and Marab, beat Song Yadong as well. So for me, it's like, I don't really see a world where Song Yadong just goes out there and starches Henry Cejudo. I mean, this isn't Song Yadong. Like, he's a good striker, but to me, he's not like a super precise sniper. Otherwise, we'd see a little bit more of those like flashy highlight reel knockouts, and we just don't. We just don't with Song. So yeah, like you said, majority of Song's wins outside of the KOs, they go to decision. I don't like this one to go to decision if I'm favoring Song. I have to pick Triple C. I'm picking Henry Cejudo. I think he wrestles Song. He gets him down on the ground, lands ground and pound. And that's the story of the fight, especially if it goes all 5 rounds. I mean, look for Song to have some big moments, maybe. But if Henry wants to take it to the ground, I think he can. And he's going to keep it there. That's where he's safe. That's where he's comfortable. And I don't think Song has the answers for that at this point in his career. I still think Henry has some juice left. He's only 38. He's not Cub Swanson. He's not Rob Font. Rob Font's the same age, but he can't wrestle. So give me Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, it's a fight for sure. It's a close one. I think they have them at I think Song's damn near 3-1. Yeah. So that's kind of surprising.
Smacking.
Huh?
I love the line. I'm smacking the line, bro. That's a great. I mean, 3-1. I mean, against the former champ. I mean, everyone thought Umar was going to go out there and starch Marab, and look how that turned out. Marab wrestled him the whole time.
All right. Didn't have to put me on blast like that. Okay. It's because you want to smack the dong. Whoa. Yeah, I agree. If it goes long, I think it's Henry all the way. I don't know. We'll see. One of us is gonna be right. One of us is gonna be mad.
Well, news for you: we're both normally wrong, and we're both normally very mad.
Facts. That's an accurate statement. That's the most accurate thing I've ever heard you say.
All right, that does it for the picks, but that doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your free parlays, like always, coming your way, starting with free picks. We don't pay. You don't have to pay for shit. You could sit through a whole show, listen to JP yap, and still get free picks at the end of the show. Yep. It's a great business model. All right, starting with Locked Door MMA's lock of the night. JP, who are you taking?
I'm sure everybody can guess. I'm sure it's not a surprise. Fighting nerds, stand the fuck up. Jean Silva, let me put on my jeans. Jean Silva by KO.
There we go. Bring out that belt because he's going to whip him.
Ooh.
All right. And for my lock, I got to go with an athletic freak of nature that has massive KO power. A lot of ways to win in this one. Give me Mansour Abdul Malik to get it done over Nick Klien. I think it's a easy fight for that guy. Look for him to get this done and then move up the division.
Hey, you guys want to... I don't want to hear a shit about the Lions, okay? I don't want to hear it, okay? 7 canceled fights. A lot of fights on this card are close. Lock's a lock, okay? Deal with it, pal. You don't like it, throw both of them by KO. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I think it happens, too. I really do.
Yeah, 100%. All right, that takes us to Brevin's Basic. Hey, JP, thanks for having my back, man. I know we talked about the lines. I don't give a shit about the lines.
Yeah.
You guys know that. A lock is a lock. I'm trying to get in the win column for you guys, all right? Like JP said, if you don't like it, let the prop. The KO is there. We'll talk about it. We'll give you the prop bet, too.
Thanks.
And if you need more insight, just give me a call.
Hey,
That's what my boy Demott does. He just calls me up and says, hey, you're my specialist. Give me the prop bet right now. And I do. All right.
get online.
Yeah, no, funny story. This past Saturday, Jordan calls me up. He says, I need a bet for this fight. And it was Edmund Shabazian, the boss. I said, hey, he gets it done by KO Buka's ass. Sure enough, bam, Shabazz
Budka
by
butt cheeks.
KO. There we go. All right, Brevin's Basic. Give me the pants. John Silva. Give me tall boy Nursultan Ruziboev. And then give me my lock, Mansour Abdul Malik. Right now, that puts you at minus 137. Couldn't get you to plus money, but those lines may shift. They may shift opposite. So get those bets in before they do. JP, give me the juice box, baby. We got the juice box on the card. You better be juiced up.
I'm juiced, baby. All right. And the lines normally do move pretty much every freaking time. So if you like a line a lot, you got that sounded. Oh, don't be a Conor McGregor snorting lines out here, okay? Not those type of lines. You like a line a lot, gotta hit it early. A lot of these lines move. There's been a couple times we pick a couple favorites and they turn into dogs a couple times. But anyways, juice box juicer, sit down. All right, to start it off. First fight of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, we have you on the edge of your seat to start the freaking night because we ain't casuals. We watch from start to finish. Throw Bukauskas in there, okay? Cicada, who cares? He's in the trees making noise. He's getting slumped. He's cheeks. Throw Bukauskas in there. Next one, Brevin's lock. Malik in there. He's locked for a reason. Don't want to hear about the line. He's a lock for a reason. Bet him by the KO then because he's nasty. He's got power. He's got wrestling. Everything. Next one, like Brevin said, Ruziboev. Okay, he's just got to put it together. He's a better fighter. The other guy has not fought this type of competition yet. Throw Ruziboev in there. Next one, the juicer without the juice box. Come on, it ain't happening. Throw juice box in there. All right, dog money. Julius Walker juice box. Throw him in there. You guys really think I'm doing the juicer without my boy John Silva? Throw him in there. Okay. Hey, I was wrong. Cost me the perfect card. Is what it is. We will never be wrong about him again. John Silva, throw him in there. Last one. Had to do it. Fluff him up. Okay. Get your fluffers ready. Anthony Hernandez. Throw him in there. 6 legs. Plus 752 right now. Only one dog this week. Is what it is. Last week, told y'all, we had it. Juicer was in our hands. We were about to put the straw in the juice box and start sipping. But no, RoboCop had to screw it for us. But that's okay. This week, it's smacking.
Smacking, that's for sure. We got the juice box and the juicer. This is a great time to be a UFC fan, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to smack the juicer. I love it, man. I'm really going to be high on this juicer with the juice box. I think it's perfect. It's a calling. It is a calling to slam the juicer.
It is.
If you made it this far, ladies and gentlemen, smack that subscribe button like you're going to smack the juicer this week, and we appreciate it. As always, we're climbing, we're growing, we're getting better for you, and trust me, we are more locked in than ever before. Football is over. That's sad news, but we still got UFC coming your way every single weekend. And like JP said, we aren't casuals. We watch every single card from start to finish. Ask the girlfriends, ask the wives. They complain about it. Why don't you want to go to lunch and miss the first fight of the night? Because I care. And I do it for you guys. I do it for the people that tune into the show. This is more than a hobby. All right. This has become part of our lives and we love it. We love to do it. We love to bring you guys picks every single week. Show some love. Comment if you think you can make it 25 seconds with any fight. Okay. Could be a girls fight, could be Mackenzie Dern, it could be a heavyweight fight like Tafa. We don't know. Let us know your thoughts. All right. Can you make it 25 seconds with anybody from the UFC? We appreciate you guys as always. JP, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, man. Revan did a great job of covering it. We appreciate you guys. Everybody that sticks around, everybody that subs. I mean, we're here for the vibes, man. Free picks. We're not going to do the pay for our bets. And we never wanted to do that. We're here for the vibes, free picks. We love doing this shit every weekend. Because with the channel, we do it with or without the channel. This is what we've been doing for years. And all I got to say is I ain't lasting 25 seconds with Mackenzie Dern, okay? Because she choked me out. Relax. Settle down. All right? Settle down. Yeah.
Got good jujitsu.
She's got good jits. Good top game. Ladies and gentlemen, help us beat that algorithm's ass. Drop a like, drop a comment, hit that sub button. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.